Now, next we're going to look at the joiner. Now this is a 6-inch joiner made by Delta. The major components of a joiner are quite simple, but first we'll talk about what it's for. You use a joiner to get a nice, clean, straight edge on a piece of wood that you intend to join to another piece of wood, thus the name joiner. Now, the major components are an in-feed table on this side, an out-feed table on this side, and it has a blade on the inside. Now, this blade is what actually cuts the wood, and when it's adjusted correctly, the top of the blade is in line with the out-feed table. The in-feed table is slightly lower, so that when you start a piece of wood on the in-feed table and you reach the blade, it will take off a portion of the wood, and when it runs on through, it would be the cut portion would be parallel to the outfeed table, so that you can run it all the way through and there's no wobble. So it's essentially that easy. You have adjustments for the outfeed table. You have adjustments for the fence. You can change the angle on the fence so that you could actually put an angle on the edge of the wood that you're actually cutting. So it's a very versatile machine. When it comes to safety, that's pretty simple as well. You keep your fingers off the blade. It has a very substantial guard that's spring-loaded, and you essentially push the guard out of the way when you start through with your cut. So none of the blade that's not actually engaging this wood is exposed. And when you finish the cut and you go all the way through, then the guard returns. So you cannot get fingers anywhere close to that blade unless you do it while you're pushing it. It's possible to get this through here, and then you wind up with what's known as joiner thumb. If you put your thumb in this position and you go all the way through with that cut, literally thousands of woodworkers have lost a big chunk of that thumb because they let it too low and it engaged the blade. So you would not push a piece of wood through with your fingers. You can start it through, but then you would switch to a push stick. Now this push stick engages the rear, and now you can push that all the way through without any fear of getting your fingers too close to the blade. And there's a number of other tools that you can use that would be able to push that wood through. Now, if the piece is high enough, at least 6 inches high, then you could put your fingers at the top and go through without any fear of getting too close to the blade. But for the shorter pieces, you use a push stick. And that just about covers the joiner operation. When you combine what you've seen in this video with the written material, you'll have a much more comprehensive view of what the joiner does and how you can use it safely.